Hi everyone, this is Saad Chhotani. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about a very interesting idea of emotional intelligence, and this is to do with social awareness and social management. See, and I want to talk about organizations first of all, because see, social awareness, social management is such a huge idea. We can talk about it for a day and we will still not be done. But I want to talk about a relationship between a manager and a subordinate, and want to give you this idea as a tool to actually empower those relationships, make these relationships far more greater in terms of how we can be more productive, in terms of having greater relationships will be directly proportional to having greater productivity in your department, in your organizations. Whatever department you're working on, this is going to really help you, first of all, improve your relationships with other people, with your subordinates, with your bosses. At the same time, this is going to help you be more productive and have more productivity from your team coming in. Research says that when you lessen or reduce the possibility of someone feeling like they don't have a choice. See, when I feel like I don't have a choice about something, I feel threatened, or I feel my power to be reduced in terms of as a human being. If I don't have a choice, I don't have a choice. I can't say anything, or I will have to do something by hook or by crook. But if you reduce this idea, reduce this feeling of not having a choice in your conversations, be it your subordinate, be it your supervisor, be it anyone in your organization, the chances or the possibility of getting more buy-in from the people will increase. Now, this is such a surprising idea that what you're doing is you're actually allowing people to say no will get you more yeses, will allow people to say yes to your projects, will allow people to volunteer for your projects. But see, what happens is that in organization, we all have our interests, we all have our inspirations, we all want to work on things that we have signed up for. Sometimes we come across projects, we come across tasks, assignments which come on top of our regular task, and it's very difficult, it's very challenging to get people be productive on tasks that they have not signed up for, or something that they have not that they have not been hired for. But you still want the people to work on things so that you can grow as an organization, so you can grow as a department. Now here, the manager can actually use this technique by lessening the threat, by lessening or by giving more empowerment to people, just by giving them this idea, this philosophy that they can also say no to that project. By creating this culture, by creating this environment that they don't have to necessarily say yes, or this is not a threat, or if they did not do that task, they will be, let's say, there could be consequences. If you reduce that threat, if you lessen that threat or the possibility of not having an option for your staff, for your subordinate, they will eventually be more interested in your task, in your inspirations, in what you want them to work on. So this idea is such a great idea for anyone who's a manager. All you have to do is just add a few liners or statements in your original statement. Let's say I want someone to work on a project which is to do with maybe organizational structure. I ask my team member to, let's say, I want you to work on organizational structures, and we have a week time, and I want you to start working on it right now, and I want a report by the end. Let's say this is the idea. This is how we can say, and this is mostly how we have been said in mostly organizations, that people are being asked to work on several things just like that. This is how normally managers go. But by using this rule, which is BYAF rule, but you're free rule, in your original communication, you can apply this rule by adding a few statements, and the entire environment is going to change. In the first phase, what will happen is that if the employee is working on a task that he's interested in, or that he or she has signed up for, or the project is going on that he or she might be working on, and the manager brings another task, what happens is that they will start to explore ways to say no. But since they don't have an authority to say no, they will not say no, and they will constantly keep on fighting with their mind that, see, I don't have an option, I don't have a task, or I don't have a, this is a threat, or this is some. So they start to make their guards go up, and there's a resistance which comes in. So just by using few filters, few statements in your original communications, I'll give you an example. Let's say, take this example. If a manager goes that, hey, I know you're working on this project, and I know that's also very important to you, but we've got this project right now, and the deadlines are very tight. And since you are one of my best talents, I want you to work on keeping in mind that you don't you keep your other project going on. You want to be working on this project as well, and I want your support and help in that. Now see, there's a huge difference between these two statements. Now anyone who wants to say no will not be able to say no, because they want to, now they're in a helping mode. They're not in a threatened mode, or they're not in a coerced or consequential mode right now. They're in a helping mode. They would like to be willingly volunteering for this kind of a project. Whenever this kind of a communication is is being used to get people going or get people starting, this will eventually increase their productivity far more greater into that project. Now if you want to command to people, if you want to give people some instructions, and you do not use this technique, what will happen is that people will be working on those projects, but at the same time they will be fighting with their emotional self, with their mind, with their original ideas, and they will constantly be in search of, how can I say no next time? Because anyone who wants to be empowered and not given that empowerment will be constantly searching for ways to get the empowerment or get the control. And if not getting the control, they will eventually keep on thinking about something else, but not that project. So use this technique. You can use this in a variety of different ways. I know some people use this really, really beautifully. But BYAF technique, you can search this technique. It's such a great idea. And not just will increase the productivity of the people in your team, but also will strengthen the bond that people will form with you as a manager, as a leader, as a head of the department. And you will have far greater influence over your people, over your team, and they will improve far more greatly. So this was today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions regarding this idea, you can always post in the comment section. You can always like this video if you've liked, and you can also share the video as well if you have enjoyed this concept. Until next video, see you. Allah Hafiz.